actually verse 28. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ما كان على النبي من حرج فيما فرض الله له سنة الله في الذين خلوا من قبل وكان أمر الله قدرا مقدورا. الذين يبلغون رسالات الله ويخشونه ولا يخشون أحدا إلا الله وكفى بالله حسيبا. ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين وكان الله بكل شيء عليما. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اذكروا الله ذكرا كثيرا وسبحوه بكرة وأصيلا. هو الذي يصلي عليكم وملائكته ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور. ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور وكان بالمؤمنين رحيما. تحيتهم يوم يلقونه سلام وأعد لهم أجرا كريما. يا أيها النبي يا أيها النبي إنا أرسلناك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا وبشر المؤمنين وبشر المؤمنين وبشر المؤمنين بأن لهم من الله فضلا كبيرا وبشر المؤمنين بأن لهم من الله فضلا كبيرا ولا تطع الكافرين والمنافقين ودع أذاهم ولا تطع الكافرين والمنافقين ودع أذاهم وتوكل على الله ولا تطع الكافرين والمنافقين ودع أذاهم وتوكل على الله وكفى بالله وكيلا. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله الكريم.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ما شاء الله.
Inshallah, we'll continue our program with poetry. I'd like to request Brother Haider to come and recite poetry with salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
देखिए जश्न जो है वो कल से और आज चल रहा है। आप लोगों को बीच में सोने का मौका भी मिल गया है, लेकिन दुरूद जितना आप लोगों ने आहिस्तगी से पढ़ा है उससे लग रहा है कि आप लोगों को चाय अभी मिली नहीं है। सो बारगाहे रसूल में एक अदद नारे सलावत बाआवाज़ बुलंद।
अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद।
माशाअल्लाह। आगा सरोज का कलाम आपकी पेश खिदमत है। मौलाना इजाज़त। जहाँ में किसको है इरफाने सजदा
جہاں میں کس کو ہے عرفان سجدہ حسین شعور کی حد آخر ہے نفس پائے حسین جہاں میں کس کو ہے ابھی بتاؤں گا سورج کو روشنی کیا ہے ابھی بتاؤں گا سورج کو روشنی کیا ہے ذرا جبیں پہ اٹھا لوں میں خاک پائے حسین اور امام پیچھے ہیں سعید و زہیر آگے ہیں امام پیچھے ہیں سعید و زہیر آگے ہیں یہ ہے نماز شہادت با اقتداء حسین لحد میں آ گئے مولا بھی اور فرشتے بھی لحد میں آ گئے مولا بھی اور فرشتے بھی ہوئی نئے مقام میں ہوئی دھوم سے عزائے حسین نئے مقام میں ہوئی دھوم سے عزائے حسین سروش روز ازل ہی ہمارے دیدہ و دل سروش روز ازل ہی ہمارے دیدہ و دل بطور خاص بنائے گئے برائے حسین بطور خاص بنائے گئے برائے حسین اور شعر ملاحظہ کیجئے گا جب اپنا وقت شہادت قریب وقت دیکھا جب اپنا وقت شہادت قریب وقت دیکھا تبسم علی اصغر سے مسکرائے حسین
जहां में किसको है। दुरूद पढ़िए मोहम्मद आले सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद।
माशाअल्लाह।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
खसीदे की एक बन है मौलाए हज़रत अब्बास अलैहिस्सलाम पर। ऐ अलमदार हुसैन इब्ने अली जाने वफा, तेरा रुतबा है बड़ा। ऐ अलमदार हुसैन इब्ने अली जाने वफा, तेरा रुतबा है बड़ा। फातिमा ज़हरा ने खुद तेरी तमन्ना की है, तेरे आने की खबर शेर खुदा ने दी है। दाद तूने भी शुजाने अरब से ली है, और तेरे तलवार की रफ्तार ही कुछ ऐसी है। जोरे बातिल कभी ज़रबत से तेरी बच न सका, तेरा रुतबा है बड़ा। ऐ अलमदार हुसैन इब्ने अली जाने वफा, तेरा रुतबा है बड़ा। ये चंद रुबाइयात हैं। कुव्वतो ताकत में थे अब्बास जाफर का जवाब। कुव्वतो ताकत में थे अब्बास जाफर का जवाब, थे शुजाअत में वफा में शाह खैबर का जवाब। गर रजा लड़ने की मिल जाती अलमदार को, गर रजा लड़ने की मिल जाती अलमदार को, करबला की जंग होती जंग खैबर का जवाब। याद आ गए अब्बास जब चली वफा की बात, याद आ गए अब्बास जब भी चली वफा की बात। ऐसी थी वफादारी कि खुद अब्बास पर वफा करती है नाज। गर इस वफा ने रोका न होता अब्बास को करबला में, गर इस वफा ने रोका न होता अब्बास को करबला में, दुनिया दरिया ही उठा लाते मशके सकीना के साथ। नारे सलवार। मैंने अली से ऐन लिया और लिख दिया, बेथा जो बू तुराब से उसे भी ले लिया। आया न नजर असद तो कलम ने अलिफ लिख दिया, सीन बढ़ के साखिए कौसर से ले लिया। हर एक लफ्ज जीनत किरदार बन गया, एक जां किया तो हजरत अब्बास बन गया। नारे सलवार। ये चंद रुबाइयात इमाम हुसैन के नाम पर। जिद ना कर मुझे तू फिरदौस में ले जाने की, जिद न कर तू मुझे फिरदौस में ले जाने की, रास्ता छोड़ मुझे कर्ब बला जाना है। अपनी जन्नत को अभी और सजा ले रिजवां, अपनी जन्नत को अभी और सजा ले रिजवां, इससे अच्छा तो मेरे घर का अज़ा खाना है। और ज़हरा व यदुल्लाह के प्यारे हैं हुसैन, और अर्श मौला के सितारे हैं हुसैन। दुनिया इन्हें जो कहती है कह लेने दो, दुनिया इन्हें जो कहती है कह लेने दो, हम तो यही कहते हैं हमारे हैं हुसैन। नारे सलवार।
So this is a short poetry about Imam Zain al-Abedeen alayhi salam.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
was narrated that one of the Umayyad leaders at that time, his name is Hisham bin Abdul Malik, he wanted to Hajj, and when he wanted to touch the black stone, but there was so many people, it was so crowded, and he couldn't. And then Imam Zain Abedeen came, and he wasn't the leader, he wasn't in the government, but everyone knows him and knows his value. So people opened the door, opened the space for him from the crowd and to touch. And then he started to ask, people asked, who is this person? There was a poet at that time called Al-Farazdak, so he made a very well-known poet, most likely the Arab people they know. So I'm not going to say all of it because it's a long one, but I'm going to say part of it.
Inshallah.
Said, يا سائلي أين حل الجود والكرم عندي بيان إذا طلابه قدموا هذا الذي تعرف البطحاء وطأته والبيت يعرفه والحل والحرم هذا ابن خير عباد الله كلهم هذا التقي النقي الطاهر العلم هذا الذي أحمد المختار والده صلى عليه إلهي ما جرى القلم هذا ابن سيدة النسوان فاطمة هذا ابن سيدة النسوان فاطمة وابن الوصي الذي سيفه نقم إذا رأته قريش قال قائلها إلى مكارم هذا ينتهي الكرم وليس قولك من هذا بضائره العرب تعرف من أنكرت والعجم يكاد يمسك عرفان راحته ركن الحطيم إذا ما جاء يستلم يغضي حياء ويغضي من مهابته فلا يكلم إلا حين يبتسم. Listen to this one, I'm going to translate this one. ما قال لا قط إلا في شهادة لولا التشهد كانت لاؤه نوم. He said that he never say no, only in his tashahhud. He say لا إله إلا الله. If there is no tashahhud, he will never say no. He will always say yes. So ما قال لا قط إلا في شهادة لولا التشهد كانت لاؤه نعم. ينشق نور الهدى عن غرته كالشمس تنجاب عن إشراقها الظلم مشتقة من رسول الله نبعته طابت عناصره والخيم والشيم هذا ابن فاطمة إن كنت جاهله بجده أنبياء الله قد ختم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
صل على محمد وآل محمد.
You have something to read?
هنا طريق هذا وين؟ جيب.
صلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
I am going to be reading a poem in English titled Knowing Our Imam. So without further ado, I begin with one salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Knowing true Imam is an essential to Iman. This message is clear from the message of the Quran. Salvation of a nation is tied with Imam. Nations will be raised in the end with Imam. And knowing is important, but sure is not enough. Deeds echo faith, merely words are not enough. A soul full of faith bows solely to God. Submission is attained through the models set by God. Thus Imams have been chosen as the models set by God, as mercy on the soul. Previous prophets often came from the progeny of the prophets. Thus Imams also came as the progeny of the prophet. From the calling of the kin to the Ghadir, true Imam was revealed through Quran and Tafsir. Thus Imams were shown by the Prophet and the Quran, never leaving any doubt for a true Musliman. So, the first of the Imams is the soul of the Prophet, and the rest of the Imams are some of the Prophet. With the knowledge, mercy, wisdom, and the blessings of Nabi, 12 Imams carried forth nur and blessings of Nabi. Thus the people of the house were chosen in the Quran for the guidance of the people with Hadith and Quran. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Bismillah.
Yes, go. Alhamdulillah.
This is the poetry in the Farsi. Sorry, I'll try to read as fast as I can because of the short time.
Please read it in the normal speed.
Is it for Wiladat Imam Hussein alayhi salam.
Allah.
ای که در مقدم تو باد صبا گل ریزد پیک شادی به نثارت همه جا گل ریزد شب میلاد تو عالم اگرت راگین است جبرئیل از در و از بام هوا گل ریزد
MashaAllah.
ای گل سرسبد گلشن زهرا جبریل گر به پای تو نریزد به کجا گل ریزد فطرت از مقدم تو شکر خدا میگوید بال بگشوده و بر عرض و سما گل ریزد خبری گر ز جمال تو به یوسف برسد ز سرشک شعف خود همه جا گل ریزد هر کسی نقش ببندد به لبش نام حسین گویی از شاخه پربار و وفا گل ریزد ای بقا یافته دین از تو ای بقا یافته دین از تو خرس پیوست لب آب بقا گل ریزد احترام حرم از منزل و حرمت توست هاجر از شوق تو در سعی و وفا گل ریزد هر زمانی که به محراب نیایش آیی روی سجاده محراب دعا گل ریزد گل فروش چمن عشقی و غیر از تو چه کس در ره دوست که از رنج و بلا گل ریزد تربت اطهر و ایثار تو از خوشبوست گویی از خاک تو در کرب و بلا گل ریزد میچکد گر که ز چشمان وفایی اشکی به به روی خاک تو با اهل و وفا گل ریزد
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah.
Inshallah, we'll continue our program. First, I'd like to request all of you to recite a Surah Fatiha for the marhumeen of the family who provided the dinner this afternoon, the marhumeens whose names are on this wall, and all your marhumeen with the loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
We are honored to have amongst ourselves today Maulana Jaffer, Banglori from Miami, He has been with us since Friday evening. I'd like to thank Maulana on behalf of the community of IEFAZ and specifically from the board of IFAZ to make the effort to come here, to make the travel across the country, leave his family and come here and visit us. This is his first visit here. We hope that the Maulana liked the community and we would love to have him visit us again. Please give a loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
If there are any shortcomings, Maulana, that we couldn't be good hosts for you, your living arrangements, anything, please let us know and we'll try to improve things. We hope that you liked your stay and we wish you to come and visit us again.
Inshallah.
At this point, I'd like to request Maulana to come to the mimbar with a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen. شفيع المذنبين ورحمة العالمين سيدنا ونبينا وشفيعنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الخيرين الفاضلين. أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المبين وهو أصدق الصادقين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم فإن تنازعتم في شيء فردوه إلى الله والرسول إن كنتم تؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر. سياسة الوقت.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Usually, according to the scientific research, the mind of a person can concentrate for 17 minutes. And after that, it doesn't concentrate. So in Miami, they have given me 20 minutes. So don't worry about it. I'm used to speaking for 20 minutes. But since I've come from such a long distance, I'd like to look at your beautiful faces and your smiling faces for a longer time than 20 minutes. As you know that the Quran by itself is a miracle and it is going to be a miracle. And people may be saying anything they want, but Quran has already said that if you have any doubt about it, bring something similar to it. But no one can bring a similar copy like it. So we say that the Quran is a miracle, and a living miracle. And the life in Islam is not a life of words. It is a practical life. And when you practice something, you need a model in front of you to copy it, a role model. So Allah has said in the Quran, in Surah Nisa, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. The beauty of the Quran is that whenever the mu'mineen comes in the picture, Allah addresses them directly, even without the Prophet. Said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers. But when it comes to kuffar and munafiqeen, he brings the Prophet in between. They are not even worthy of my address directly to them. So he says, Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. O Prophet, you say. that, O kafirin, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْمُنَافِقُونَ, you munafiqs. So the Prophet is brought in between so that the people who are very close to Allah can realize that how worthy you are, that Allah is not even having the Prophet in between himself and you all. He is addressing you directly. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, atiyullah, obey Allah, wa atiyur rasul, wa ulil amri minkum. The beauty and eloquence of the Quran. Itaat of Allah, obedience of Allah. In obedience of Allah, you have got the salat, you have got the sajda. So it is separated. Then, وَأَتِيُّ الرَّسُولِ, itaat of obedience of the Prophet. You don't have the salat over there for the Prophet. You don't have ibadat for the Prophet. Talking about the Prophet is ibadat, but we don't worship the Prophet. Then again we have got the third category of people for whom Allah says ulil amr. So he should have used another atiyu and obey the ulil amr. He doesn't do that. He says atiyu Allah wa atiyu Rasul wa ulil amr. He joins the obedience of Rasulullah with the obedience of ulil amr, stating very clearly that if you obey the ulil amr, it is as if you have obeyed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When two people are brought together, that means they hold the same position of itaat. Same position. There is no difference. The only difference is in the presence of Rasulullah, you don't do the obedience to the ulil amr. Other than that, there is no difference at all. And whatever character the Prophet holds, the same character has to be held by the ulil amr. If the ulil amr are going to be sinners and the Prophet is going to be infallible, then when you do the itaat of the Prophet, you are going to be against the ulil amr. Or if you follow the ulil amr, you will be against the Prophet. So that's why the ulil amr are being mentioned with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he has mentioned in his hadith the names of the ulil amr. Bukhari mentions the name as Umara. After me there are going to be 12 Umara. And Muslim mentions them as the Khulafa. So 12 Khulafa. And one after another, and Prophet has mentioned them with the names of their father. And the names of the mothers are also very well known. That's why you see the Aimma alayhi salatu wassalam telling the person to go and buy such and such a slave maid. And that slave maid also knew that she is going to go to a noble family. And she protected herself and Allah protected her too. So all these slave maids who came to the Aimma alayhi salatu wassalam were pure, chaste, modest and noble. And from amongst them is one of the great ladies known as Shahrbano. Not during the reign of the second Khalif, but during the reign of the Khilafat of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. One of the persons was sent by the name of Jaffer ibn Khurayz as a commander to Persia, Iran, and there he got hold of two princes, the princes of Kisra, the daughters of Kisra. One was Shahrbano, the other one was Gaihan Banu. They were brought in the presence of Imam Ali alayhi salam and said, you cannot treat those who are noble in family as the rest of the slaves. So allow me to free them. So Imam Ali alayhi salam freed both of these daughters of the Kisra and gave them the choice if they want to accept Islam and marry someone from the Muslims. Sheher Bano selected Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And Gaihan Bano selected Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr. These pure ladies, Gaihan Bano with Muhammad ibn Abi Bakr, and Sheher Bano with Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Sheher Bano gave birth to Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam. And here Gaihan Bano gave birth to Qasim, and Qasim gave birth to Farwa, and Farwa gave birth to Imam Jaffer as-Sadiq alayhi salam. Look at the fadl and grace of Allah upon these two daughters of the Kisra. They were pure. And as soon as Sheher Bano gave birth to Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam, within 10 days, she passed away. It was as if she came just to give birth to the pure Imam and the infallible Imam.
Ya Allah.
So you see the Sangam of Ajam and Arab in the personality of Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salatu wasalam. He was the prince of Arabia and he was the prince of Persia. And here Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salatu wasalam, when he was born, Imam Ali alayhi salam was the Khalifa. So he was the prince. And then he was brought up in the arms of Imam Hussain, brought up in the arms of Imam Ali alayhi salam, and brought up in the arms of Zainab al-Kubra, salamullahi alayha, and Abul Fadl Abbas. And you have got this great personality in the arms of Imam Hassan alayhi salatu wasalam. All infallibles. And during even his childhood, Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam, once when he was sick, and Imam Hussain alayhi salam came and asked him how he's doing, he said, I'm fine. He said, do you need anything? He said, no, I don't need anything. I just need to be amongst those people who are pleased with the qada and the qadr of Allah. With the qada, with the decision of Allah. Imam looked at him and said, you have spoken the same words which Ibrahim Khalilullah had spoken. Ibrahim had also said that I need help, but not from you, O Jibreel. I need from Allah. Similarly, you are saying the same thing, that you want to have just what Allah decides for you. Say As-salawat, please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
It was 38 Hijri. And it was the 5th of Sha'ban when the Imam was born. And he lived till 95 Hijri. And even in his childhood, he was going for Hajj. That is very clear that if you are a small child, you don't have to think that the Hajj is not for you. No, you can go for Hajj. And when you go for Hajj, don't forget to do the Tawafun Nisa. Salawat bhi.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Sometimes we take our children and we forget the Tawafun Nisa. We cannot get them married there. And one of the persons, he went to Hajj and he came back and he said, what is Tawaf al-Nisa, Maulana? I did not do that. He said, you're telling me after 10 years? So we had to call someone and tell them to do the Tawaf al-Nisa. Tawaf al-Nisa was prohibited in Islam by the second Khalifa. And during the time of Rasulullah and the first Khalifa, the Tawaf al-Nisa was there. So anyway, when Imam was traveling with the other caravans, Ibrahim ibn Adham was one of them. He said, I saw this young child going alone in the desert. So I approached him and I asked him, where is your caravan? And where is your provision and where is your food? And where are you going? This young child replied, Zadi taqwaya. My provision is my taqwa and my piety. Rahilati rijlaya. And my ride is my legs. Wa qasdi Maulaya. And my objective is to visit my master and my Maula. So again he asks, then who's going to take care of you? The one who has called me is going to take care of you. Say salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
So he was 23 years old when he was in Karbala. And after Karbala, we have got many stories of Imam, and I don't want to go into those details because I can see your eyes. Say salawat, the loud salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Imam Zain al-Abedeen alayhi salatu wasalam was so sincere in his ibadah, that not for a moment his mind moved away from the ibadat of Allah. That's why he mentions that there are 3 types of worship. One is in greed of Jannah, or the other one is in fear of hell, or the third one is for the love of Allah. So he used to pray to Allah because he mentions himself, I learned and I understood that he is worthy of worship, and that's why I'm worshipping him. So this is known as the free ibadat. So when Imam, once he was doing the ibadat, a snake came to him and bit him on his toe, and there was no difference in his ibadat. If something hurts you, even a mosquito, you will do like this, but there was no difference in the physical or the spiritual being of the Imam. And when the Imam finished the salat, he said, get out from here, you are Satan. He said, how did you recognize that I'm Satan? He said, because you were interfering in the ibadat of Allah. That's the best time when Satan can deviate you from the right path. He will make you keep your fast for the whole day and break your fast just before the sunset and leave you without any reward. Satan is so great. He said, don't ever take them away from salat itself. No. Make them pray the salat. And in that salat you deviate them. So Imam Zain al-Abedeen alayhi salam, first occasion, the second occasion, Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam had fallen in the well, and the people were screaming that your son has fallen in the well, and Imam continued his prayer. After the prayer, he came to the well and he stretched his hand, and the water level went up and gave the son of Imam into his hands. And Imam Muhammad Baqir was not wet at all. He took his son in his arms and gave it to the mother, saying, if I would have turned away from my Lord and he would have turned away from me, you wouldn't have been able to get your son. The third occasion was that he was praying and there was fire in the house. And the people started to scream, there is fire, there is fire. But he did not listen to them. He kept on praying. After the prayer was over, the people asked him, what made you keep praying? He said, the fire of hell kept me praying so that I don't turn away from the Lord, who is the giver of the fire of hell. Say salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali.
2 occasions of Hajar Aswad. Hajar Aswad is like the chip which you have in your computer and other things. It is like Imam Ali alayhi salam says that everything is recorded in this Hajar. That's why you lift up your hands and you say the takbir, Allahu Akbar, when you start the tawaf. And this, why lift up the hand? Because the fingerprints of every person is unique. So when you lift up the hand, it is a picture of your fingerprints. And if you touch it, it is more. And if you kiss it, it is more. But it is very difficult nowadays. So during the time of Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, Imam Hussain alayhi salam had done the wasiyat to Hanafiya, Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. And people had started to believe in his imamat. Believe in the imamat of Muhammad ibn Hanafiya. Muhammad ibn Hanafiya tried his best to tell the people that he is not the imam, but that was the time of taqiyya also. So the only way out was, he told Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam that let us go to Hajar-e-Aswad in front of the masses, in front of the people, and then tell them who is the imam. So the only way was to ask Hajar-e-Aswad. So when they reached the Hajar-e-Aswad, Imam said, uncle, just talk to the Hajar and say salam to him. If he replies back, then you are the imam. Muhammad ibn Hanafiya said salam, but there was no reply. But as soon as Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam said salam, the Hajar replied and said, wa alaykum as-salam ya hujjat Allah.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
This was one occasion, and the second occasion was during the time of Abdul Malik ibn Marwan. You know that Yazid had destroyed the Kaaba. Hajjaj bin Yusuf was the governor of Abdul Malik. So Abdul Malik told him to go to Mecca and reconstruct the Kaaba. So when he went to Mecca and he said, I'm going to reconstruct the Kaaba, the people took all the bricks and stone and the sand and everything as tabarruk to their homes. And then when they started the construction, there was a big snake which never allowed them to construct the Kaaba again. So many scholars were asked, and in the end they came to a conclusion that we should ask Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam. So Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam came to Mecca, and he was called by Hajjaj bin Yusuf, and then asked the reason. Look at the points Imam says. Imam says these words, Hajjaj, do you think you are the inheritor of Ibrahim and Ismail? It was Ibrahim and Ismail who had built the walls, and you destroyed them. And now you want to build them again to show to the people that you are the inheritor of the post of Ibrahim and the post of Ismail?
Ya Allah.
This will never happen.
Ya Allah.
Only those will be the holder of the post of Imamat of Ibrahim alayhi salam who are in the Zurriya of Ibrahim. So here, then what should I do? Said, tell all the people, declare, go on to the mimbar and declare to all the people of Mecca to bring back whatever they have taken from the Kaaba. So all the bricks and all the stones and all the sand was brought back. That's why you see that the platform of the Kaaba is higher, the door is higher because of the old material. And then Imam, when everything was brought, Imam told them to have the foundation done. The foundation was there. Imam took his Abba, he laid it on the foundation, he said a dua, O Allah, I am none other than the waris of Ibrahim and Ismail. Allow me to reconstruct your house. So then Imam ordered them to raise the walls, and when the place of Hajar-e-Aswad came, Imam placed the Hajar-e-Aswad with his own hands. So Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam placed the Hajar-e-Aswad, and then after that, the Hajar was placed by Imam Asr Ajalallahu Farajahu.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Balkh is in Afghanistan, right? Or somewhere close to Uzbekistan. So one Balkhi used to come from there for Hajj every year, and he used to visit the Imam alayhi salam also. And whenever you go to an Imam, you don't go empty-handed, right? You take some gifts for him. So he used to bring very costly gifts. This time when he left his home, his wife said, "You always give gifts. Does your Imam also give you any gifts?" Stop saying anything. He will hear you. This lady was a weak Imam. He said, "I don't care. You go with gifts, but you don't bring back any gifts." So when he went to the Imam with the gifts, Imam alayhi salam accepted the gifts and had food with him. And at the time of the food was finished, Imam said, "Let me wash your hands."
Ya Allah.
He said, "Maulana, I cannot do that. I will pour the water onto your hands."
Ya Allah.
No, today I'm going to pour the water on your hands. So Imam poured the water on his hands and he washed it. And then the Imam asked, "What is there in the tray?" He said, "It is water." And look carefully. When he looked carefully, there was pearls in the water. Imam took those and kept it aside, and then again he washed the hands, and then at this time Imam asked him, "What do you find now?" "Rubies." Then there were diamonds. When all these precious stones were gathered, Imam told him, "Take this gift from us and give it to your wife." He was so ashamed. He took them and he went back home. Said, "I told you he is going to hear you." And he heard, "Here is your gifts."
Ya Allah.
When a lady gets so much of gifts, of diamonds and rupees, you know what's going to happen. So she said, "Next time you go, I'm going to follow you." So next time, Imam alayhi salam, she followed him, she went with him, but she died before she could reach the Imam alayhi salam.
Ya Allah.
So he came alone to the Imam and said, "Maulana, my wife had come to visit you, but she died on her way, so pray for her." Imam said, "No, she is waiting for you. Go back." When he went back, he saw his wife sitting at the qabr, at her own qabr. And she was alive. He said, "How did you become alive?" That there was a person who took my soul back from the Malakul Maut, and he said, ordered the Malakul Maut to bring me to life. He just listened to her. He came with her to the Imam. As soon as she saw the Imam, he said, "This is the person who had taken my soul back from Malakul Maut and given it back to me."
Allahumma
This is
salli
very
ala
clear.
Muhammad wa ali.
You don't have to even think that scientifically it is going to happen or not, but I'm going to say that science stops at this place where death comes in. But the Prophet of Allah like Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, or Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, or Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam, or any of the Imams, you will see them bring the dead back to life, proving very clearly that death is Amr and the Imams are Ulil Amr. Ulil Amr are those who have authority on Amr. So with their dua, the death can be taken away and life can be brought to you, or the rains can shower upon you.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Never have people seen him angry. You love your children a lot. He loved his children too. The slave maid dropped the seekh kebab, the rod on which the kebab
Skewer.
Yeah, she dropped it on the head of one of his small children, and the child died on the spot. She started to shiver and shake. Said, "You did not do it intentionally. The qada had come and he had died." But she was still trembling, so Imam alayhi salam said, "I free you in the name of Allah." No anger, nothing. Why? Because past is past. If I dig the past and get angry and upset myself, it's of no use. What we have to do is think positive and move forward. Think positive and move forward is one of the lessons learned from Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam. He says, forgive and forget. Just not forgive. Forgive and forget. During his time, in the night, he used to walk in the streets of Medina with bags full of loaves of bread. And the people of Medina would never see his face. They only knew him by the bags. So the children used to go running to their homes saying, oh, the man with the bags have come. And he used to feed 100 families of Medina. And none of them knew who it is. It is only after his death, as shahadat, that people came to realize that he is Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam. There was colossals on the back of the Imam, on the Aza of Sajda, and every year they had to be cut. He used to do 1,000 rakat salat every day. And when Imam Muhammad Baqir alayhi salam said, how much of ibadat do you want to do? He said, bring me the book in which you have got the ibadat of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. And when he read that book, he said, oh, this ibadat I cannot do. And he gave us one of the greatest books of dua, and that is Sahifa Sajjadiya, or the Psalms of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. And Sajjad means the one who does sajda. Sajda is one of the greatest acts of salat. And this is the place where you comprehend and where you concentrate, the forehead. And according to the scientific research, this is a place where the blood flow is very slow. When you put your head in the sajda, the blood flows to this place of concentration. So Imam Zainul Abedeen is known as Sajjad because he used to do sajda not only on the floor but also on the back of the camel and the back of the horses when he was taken from Karbala to Sham. The first one to make the sajdaga was Fatimatu Zahra Salamullahi alayha. She made that sajdaga from the turbat of the qabr of her uncle Hamza. Then Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam is the first one to make the turba from the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So today when we put our turba in front of us, it is not only the turba of the grave of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, but also it is the sunnah of the sajjad, the one who used to do the lot of sajdas. एक सलवात और भेज दें थोड़ा सा You know why we tell you to say salawat? Because after every 17 minutes we want you to refresh for another 17 minutes.
Inshallah. Inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Just a few more words about Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salam, and that is that Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salatu wasalam, in his statements, he says that one of the best things which we can do is sadaqatus sir. Sadaqatus sir, to give sadaqah and charity secretly. Why? لأن صدقة السر تطفي غضب الرب. Because the charity in secrecy extinguishes the anger of your Lord, the wrath of your Lord. So try your best to give, but Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam has already taught us that you give charity 4 ways. Give it in the night, give it during the day, give it secretly, and give it publicly. Why do you want to give it publicly? So that the others are also encouraged to give charity. Imam Zainul Abedeen alayhi salatu wassalam is our fourth Imam, and then we have got one who is not an Imam.
Abbas.
And we cannot say that he's amongst the 14 Masooms too. But you cannot even say that he has committed any sin. Nor you can say he has committed any mistakes. A person who walks by himself may commit a mistake. But a person who is walking on the footsteps of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam, where can he commit a mistake?
Ya Allah.
So Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam, during his whole life, he had one desire and one wish. And that one wish was to get a son who is so brave that he will support Hussain in Karbala. So one of the persons says very much, this desire and wish is of a person who has not desired anything else except the Ridwan of Allah. The Ridwan of Allah was given to Ali in Shab-e Hijrat. Marzat of Allah were given there. And he has got everything. He is the Saqi of Kausar. He is the Muqassim of Jannat and Nar. Right? And he is the son-in-law of Rasulullah. He is the Wasi. He is the Sayyidul Awsiya. Everything is there. But yet he had one desire, and that was that he wants a son. He knew many people. He knew the generations of the people. Because once in Siffin, when Malik Ashtar said, Ya Ali, today I have killed the same amount of enemies as you have killed. Imam replied and said, Malik, you were looking at the physical being of that person. I was looking at his sulb. So who knows the sulb? He doesn't need to ask anyone else. But yet Imam Ali alayhi salam asks Aqil, his brother, and says, Aqil, show me a family who is brave. And from that brave family, I would get a brave son. So Aqil said, Ummul Bani, Fatima Kilabiya. When she got married and came for the first time to the door of Fatima Zahra, salamullahi alayha, she did not enter. She asked permission. And when Hassan and Hussein came saying, Oh mother, said, don't call me a mother. I've come as a servant for you. And then she gives birth to Abul Fadl al-Abbas. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam rushes to the masjid and he tells his father, Oh father, I've got a brother and I want you to give him to me. And Imam comes, kisses Abul Fadl al-Abbas and kisses his shoulders and his hands. At this moment, Bani says, is there anything wrong with his face? He said, no, this is Qamari Bani Hashim. I'm kissing the hands which are going to be a sacrifice for my son, Hussain ibn Ali. What a great person. He is in the arms of someone who is in the arms of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is in the arms of Hussain, and Hussain was in the arms of Rasulullah. Hussain is taking care of the cradle of Abbas, whereas the cradle of Hussain was taken care of Jibreel. So everywhere Abbas looks, there is ismat, there is infallibility, there is purity, there is chastity. And he was brought up in that atmosphere. That's why our sixth Imam, Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam says, Inna ammana Abul Fadl. Our uncle Abul Fadl Abbas was on the path of piety and chastity. And then he says, Innahu sulbal iman. Abbas is the sulb of iman. You know what is the meaning of sulb, right? What is Ali? Kull iman. What is Abu Talib? Bani of iman. That was the first place. The house of Abu Talib was the first place where you had Dawat-e-Zul Ashira. So Iman started from there. And here you have got Sulb Iman. Sulb is this backbone. Sulb is the backbone in which you have the next generation. For the human being to stand upright, the backbone has to be strong and upright. If the backbone is weak, the human being will be bent. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says that Abbas is backbone of Iman. And in Karbala, who was Iman? Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. And the backbone of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was Abul Fadl Abbas. That's why when the shahadat of Abul Fadl Abbas, Hussain said these words, Al-an in kasara zahri. Now my backbone is broken. So backbone, so kulle iman, the father, the grandfather is bani of iman, the father is kulle iman, and Abul Fadl Abbas is sulbul iman, the backbone of iman. At the age of 12 years, he was in Siffin. And when Imam Ali alayhi salam sent him to fight, he put a niqab on his face. And the way and the action of Abbas was similar to that of Imam Ali alayhi salam. So similar that even the enemy started to say it's none other than Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. The use of the sword and the use of his tactics was similar. When they started to say, no, it is Ali, it is Ali, it is Ali, Imam Ali came out of his stance, went to Abbas, lifted up the niqab and said, no, it is not Ali, it is Qamar Bani Hashim. The handsome person which Imam had. He was 32 years old in Karbala. He had a wife by the name of Lababa. Lababa was the daughter of Ubaidullah, and Ubaidullah was the daughter of Abbas, the cousin of the uncle of Rasulullah. So Lababa had 3 children. One of them was Fadl, the second one was Abdullah, and the third was Ubaidullah. And Ubaidullah was the one who was in Medina, and from him we have the generation of Abbas. Listen to me very carefully. Every Imam had one child of Abul Fadl Abbas as a protector. Every Imam. The whole family of Abul Fadl Abbas were the protectors of Imamat and the protectors of Ulil Amr. And they sacrificed their lives for the sake of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu. And Abul Fadl Abbas had 4 brothers, 3 more brothers. One was Usman, the other one was Abdullah, and the third one was Jaffer. And he sent his brothers into the war before himself going in. He sent his own son before he himself went in. Telling very clearly to Imam Hussain alayhi salam, it is not you, Aqa, who's going to bear the pain of the son. I'm going to bear it before you. I'm going to bear the loss of a brother before you. But he was so firm that even Imam Hussain alayhi salam said, Abbas, your presence itself was so great that our ladies used to sleep in peace, thinking that Abbas is there. And the enemies used to be awake the whole night in fear that Abbas is there. But after you, Abbas, it will be vice versa. But anyway, today we know Abbas as Babul Hawaij. And here Imam says that everyone has a door, and the door of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is Abul Fadl Abbas. Ali Akbar alayhi salatu wassalam was born from Layla, and Layla is the granddaughter of Mas'ud, Urwa ibn Mas'ud. And who is Urwa ibn Mas'ud? He is the richest and the greatest person of Taif. So the Quran says, قل لو نزل هذا القرآن على رجل من القرية عظيم قريتين عظيم. Why didn't the Quran come on two people? That is Mughira and Urwa ibn Masud. So Urwa ibn Masud's granddaughter is Layla and her son is Ali Akbar. Ali Akbar was so similar to the Prophet ﷺ in his words, in his voice, in his appearance, that Imam Hussain ﷺ said that he is similar to Rasulullah in all ways. So when Yusuf's husn and Yusuf's handsomeness is nothing in front of Rasulullah, you can just imagine the handsomeness of Ali Akbar ﷺ. So just pray let us pray together with the wasila of Ali Akbar alayhi salam, Qasim alayhi salam, Ali Asghar and Abul Fadl Abbas and Imam Zain Abedeen alayhi salam, to keep us all united and to give our youth the tawfiq and inspiration to attend our majalis more.
Inshallah.
O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, accept our amal, fulfill our du'as and wishes. O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, give shifa and cure to all the mu'mineen who are sick. O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, give strength and health and peace to all the people who are involved in this center, in the madrasa, and also to those people who wish to come but they are unable to come due to some reasons. O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, give sustenance to those who don't have any sustenance and increase the sustenance of those who have some sustenance. O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, protect all the mu'mineen around the world. O Allah, by the grace of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam, hasten the zuhur of Imam Asr ajalallahu farajahu sharif and make us one of his companions. I thank you so much for calling me. May Allah bless you all. I thank you. I thank Brother Sadiq and all the members. May Allah bless you all and keep you all safe and sound. You have done a great job. May Allah bless you.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. You can use the same mic. Use this one. Just okay. Use the other one. Oh yeah, that's fine.
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء السلام عليك يا شمس الشموس السلام عليك يا أنيس النفوس السلام عليك أيها المدفون بأرض طوس علي بن موسى رضا السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن السلام عليك يا مظهر الإيمان الأمان 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 عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله مخرجك وزهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم